Hello and welcome to the Genuine Learning Blog. My name is Melissa Galasso, and as usual, our first blog of the month after the new quarter is our Q3 2021 in review. Luckily, it was a pretty light month across the board for issued standards. We've already covered in our regular blogs the exposure drafts, but we do like to talk a little bit about what was issued as final standards during the quarter. And the AICPA put out SAS 144, which will be effective in 2023. It really has some amendments to SAS 143 related to estimates, but also makes some changes related to use of specialists. In particular, if you're using an inventory counting firm, they are not specialists. So that's a clarification they make. And they also include an alignment with the PCAOB on using pricing information from pricing sources. And so add a little bit of guidance there coming down the pike. So that will be, again, a little bit later, but is updating some of the changes that were in SAS 143 as we prepare for the new risk assessment standard to come out in the near future. The AICPA also issued an SOP, which is a statement on position. And again, this is really specific to SEC work here. So performing AUPs related to Exchange Act asset-based securities. And so again, this is related to the SEC release that was done. On the FASB side, we did get a lessor change to 842, so the leases, the gift that keeps on giving. They did issue an amendment here to address an issue related to lessor accounting. So under lessor accounting, we take the asset off of the books and we recognize a net investment in a lease if we have a sales type or direct financing lease. In those scenarios, the present value calculation for the net investment in lease is based on the fixed payments and then variable payments that are tied to an index or rate, very similar to lessee accounting. The problem here for some of these entities, if they have significant variable payments not tied to an index or rate, is that it creates a day one loss. The amount of the asset is less than the net investment in the lease. And that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense because obviously this is still profitable for the lessor. It's just that they have higher percentage of variable lease payments that are not included in the net investment in the lease. So as a result, they give an exception here. And if you were to have a day one loss, they would change the classification instead to be an operating lease because operating leases are not removed from the books. And so a little bit of a change there specifically related to lessor accounting. Also, again, some more SEC rules that have been issued. And so ASU 2021-06 just incorporates those into the codification. And then last, but definitely not least, GASB issued their implementation guide. And so these implementation guides are frequently asked questions that get up to the GASB staff. They get them often enough that they put them out for comment and then issue them as as guidance here. And so they have some nice Q&A related to some of the standards that are coming down the pike, as well as some existing standards. And so always a great place to look if you're looking for application guidance or implementation. So definitely would recommend that as well. But other than that, that's a wrap. It is a light quarter. We had that expectation. Everyone's working on some pretty big projects. AICPA is working on now quality management, and we expect risk assessment to come out real soon. GASB has their revenue and their expense project, as well as their financial reporting model that they've been working on. We expect to see a standard related to the annual comprehensive financial report that's going to replace the comprehensive annual financial report in the near future as well. So that's coming down the pike. And then FASB again has been doing a lot of, a lot of things related to the conceptual framework, which we expect to come out, and some other due diligence related to leases. So again, they're not sitting around. They definitely have quite a bit on their plate. It just takes some time to get them finalized. So we look forward to seeing what happens in Q4. So GLS wishes all of you a wonderful Q4. Let's close up 2021 on a positive note. And we will see you next week for a blog about an exposure draft. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.